Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Gabe,
It's Caleb.
and you are watching another episode of the Positive Outlook podcast. What is going on today? It's probably been a while since you guys have heard our voices. Isn't it crazy?
Let's see. It's only been 103 days and 16 hours. I mean,
Yeah, who's counting? Um,
right.
so yeah, about 3.5 months have gone by since Caleb and I have sat our booties down to get in front of the camera and record another episode. And I guess today we're gonna talk about how life happens and just how things come up and how things get in the way and how you get around it. So I think it's a great topic idea, and I think Caleb and I are gonna love this.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we get started, make sure to smash that like and subscribe. Surprisingly, you guys have been killing it with interaction. Just content interaction has gone up, even though our content has gone down in volume. So it's
Volume,
pretty
yeah.
cool to see.
Yeah, no, it is. It is really cool. So it's cool to see that you guys, are still reaching out and everything like that. And we appreciate it a ton. We had a ton of people reach out to us during this, like the last the vacation Caleb and I took. We had a ton of people reach out, asking if we were okay, what's going on, stuff like that. So we appreciate every single one of you guys reaching out. We tried to reach back to most of them that we could throughout the period. But yes, we are back and we are okay. So we had a lot that has happened in the last 3 months and a lot of things that we have accomplished. So I guess we can kind of just go into what we've been up to and what we've learned from coming back.
Yeah, you wanna kick off? What you been up to for the last 103 days?
Yeah, last 103 days. Let's see. So I got a new car is one of them. Saved up my bucks a little bit. Got me a car. It's a 2019 Ford Edge. I love it. I've always wanted an SUV, so I was like, yeah, it's about time. So I jumped on that. And then I also bought a house. So
Wow.
I bought a house, which my girlfriend and I were not living in it. We're just gonna rent it out. So just another way to make some supplemental income. So that's what we've been up to. And we've actually thought about making some content on it. So I don't know. Her and I are gonna maybe start our own channel. So I'll let you know if we do that. But yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
So now, what about you, man? What you been up to?
Well, I've just been flying a lot. Last 103 days. I've racked up some flight hours, getting close to my first solo flight, which is just
Yeah.
where I'm the only one in the plane. Still not a private pilot yet, but getting there. And yeah, just crazy with school, jobs, a couple things in between. It's been pretty crazy.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and also it'd be kind of cool if we had both our separate channels because I was planning on once I get my private pilot's license, I'm potentially starting another side channel. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But yeah, it's been pretty crazy.
Yeah. So the moral of it is we still love you guys. We never left you. We just joined us, if that makes sense. Just for a little bit, right? So we're back now, and we are here to hopefully stay on the track. We're planning on uploading once every 2 weeks now, so we're gonna do bi-weekly uploads. Just because we've realized, if we upload weekly, we may not have the time for it, and we don't want to cut on the quality of the videos just to get the content out. So we're gonna take a little bit more time each week and dive into these and really make them more enjoyable, great pieces of content for you guys, and maybe make them a little longer, maybe keep them where they're at. I don't know. You guys give us some recommendations because right now we're in a period of change, and you guys are the ones watching this. We're not. So I mean, I guess I'll lie. I'll say I watch mine all the time, or I watch them all the time. So but you guys are the main people we're making it for. So you guys have the important feedback. So just let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why we do love our YouTube platform. So much easier to interact with people. If you don't know our Instagram, it's literally just Positive Outlook. You just look us up on Instagram. We will be there. So you can also reach out that way. But yeah, we've noticed that as we got crazier and crazier, like on the busy scale, it wasn't that I felt or that you felt that our episodes were getting worse. We just noticed we had less and less time to sit through and edit them, and
Hmm.
a couple things would be missed here and there. And so it just got so crazy that rather than spending the few hours on just the recording part, we'd like that extra time to really dive into the content more. So we're hoping that this pays off better for everyone, just because it's less pressure, gives us a little more breathing room for the actual recording,
Hmm.
but it also allows us to get back into like our deep dives on the episodes.
Yeah, definitely. So do you have any like fun short stories or anything like that from the last 100 days that we've been away from Positive Outlook? Anything fun that has a cool theme that you want to share?
Fun short stories. I don't know. That's you
Mm-hmm.
always like to throw people on the spot, don't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have any in mind?
Not off the top of my head. I don't know if we have time to think about it. I don't know. So I think what's been fun about the last so many days is I've realized that weekly I'm sitting here and I kind of forget all the principles that we used to teach our viewers, right? Like sometimes I'd be sitting there and I'm like, dang, I wish we would have uploaded this week because there's some extra I could have used, right? I could have used this topic in my life or this other topic in my life. And it reminded me of the importance of not so much just sitting down and talking about it, but remembering what you're putting into your head, right? Remember what you're listening to, be aware of it. Because even us just sitting down and talking, even if it's just subconsciously we're not noticing a difference in our day-to-day lives, we notice it. So I think that's one of the big things.
I also think it just represents finding a way. It's kind of like the whole point of the podcast is, no matter what is thrown at you, you find a way to go after what you want. And that's not to say we haven't been. I mean, we have two very different, career paths that we want on
Hmm.
top of the podcast. And so it got just kind of crazy busy and we were still chasing what we wanted. But I think in our nature, there's no way we can't keep uploading.
Hmm.
Just because, as everyone knows, like the podcast is our number one thing.
Yeah.
And so there's no way you could simply walk away from that. It was just a matter of when. And for some reason, 103 days and 16 hours. Actually, for our viewers, it'll be 104 days
Hmm.
because this is dropping the day after we record this.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, for some reason, it just was the perfect time to get back to it.
Yeah.
So,
Let's get to it.
and I think it's important that you can set things down, take a little breather once in a while, and maybe 3 months isn't long enough for some people. Maybe it's way too long. It
Hmm.
kind of depends on lifestyles and everything you have going on. But I think it is important to be able to just take a breather, give yourself a little break. I feel like there was a lot of pressure on if our episode title or our thumbnails
Hmm.
or just our video content in general. It just the more like rushed we had to get, like I don't know, the more pressure there was. And now that we have this time to have thought about it and just take that breather
Yeah.
is huge. And I think that's an important life lesson. I guess that could be I don't know if that counts as a short story, but
Yeah. No, that's great. Beautifully said. And I encourage the viewers to comment on this video. Let us know what fun things is happening. You had the holidays. There's Christmas, New Year's, all that fun stuff going on. Halloween. I remember last year we did the Halloween episode. That one was funny. If you guys haven't seen our last year's Halloween episode, go and check it out. But
wait,
yeah,
we were supposed to never say anything about that, remember?
what, bro? I was just saying that it was a good episode. Come on.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
yeah. So yeah, but all of these holidays, something fun must have happened, to any of the viewers out there. So we encourage you guys to let us know what has happened to you in the last 103 days and 16 hours. Or I guess 104 days once you watch us.
And comment some New Year's resolutions. We're not huge on resolutions just because it's more of like emotional, motivational hype that dies out after a couple weeks of the year. But write them down. Let's keep you guys accountable to what your New Year's resolutions are.
Yes. Beautiful topic transition, Caleb. What is your favorite New Year's tradition or holiday? Not holiday. No, none of those. What is your favorite New Year's resolution that you have signed up for this year?
Favorite resolution is involved with flying
Hmm.
simply because I mean, first of all, it's expensive. It's so much fun. It's so beautiful up there. Wait till we have our first podcast episode in a plane.
Hmm. Yep.
But it's amazing up there. So my resolutions involve a timeline with flying. And then also I want to hit 170 without increasing too much body fat. So
Oh. Yeah.
watching the diet, making sure it's not just any junk going into me, but
Hmm.
keeping up with the lifting and everything. So
Yeah.
those are my two biggest ones right now. What about you?
I would say my biggest one, top priority right now, is own 3 rentals by the end of the year. Because my initial goal, I got my vision board right here, and on my vision board it says own one rental by the end of 2023. It is January of 2023. We just started the year, and I have my first rental, which blows my mind. It's absolutely amazing. Like, I feel so accomplished. And I was talking to my girlfriend. I'm like, I want to get two more. I want to start, allowing, get some more affordable housing where we're at, because it sucks here. Rent is skyrocketing, houses are super expensive. So whatever I can do to help the community, kind of thing. And so, but in reality, it's a ridiculous goal because it's impossible. And like, how am I supposed to, how is a bank going to lend out 3 mortgages to a 22-year-old? How is this going to work? So my goal is to figure it out. That's what I want to do. I know it's ridiculous. It might be impossible, but my goal is to figure it out. And so that's what I want to do for 2023 is by the end of it, own 3 rentals. And plus we have, I have a couple nieces, or I have a niece and nephew. And they're so much fun. And one of the houses we just closed on, or I guess the only house I've closed on, it has lake access. It's a cool little cabin, and like, it would be so much fun to just like bring them out there. So it's kind of for the whole family, right? Just to see everybody enjoy it and have fun. So kind of just bring that to fruition. That's my goal.
Yeah, that's awesome. Does that goal scare you?
It excites me. It's, it depends on what mood I'm in, right? If I'm in a mood, because now I'm kind of like holding myself accountable to it. I sit back and I look at it, and it's just, if I look at it as the big wall, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, it's terrifying. But when I break it down brick by brick, then I'm like, okay, this is doable. This is doable. This is doable. How do I build my wall? And so that's what I'm after. So I'm
Yeah,
excited.
that's awesome. It is very exciting. That's a huge goal there. So that's
Hmm.
awesome.
Yeah.
Basically triple your amount of rentals when you already were just trying for one. So
Yeah. Just shooting for one by the end of the year. Now I'm like, let's keep it going.
yeah,
It's kind of like that thing. Like, once you finally start to get the hang of something, you're like, oh, okay, this is easier than I thought. But I don't think it's gonna be easier than I thought. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. Like I said, we're gonna try to start a channel about it, and also give tips about like real estate and everything like that, because we have 8 years of realtor experience between my girlfriend and I. So it'll be fun. It'll be a fun channel.
and I think it would be really cool. I mean, I don't know much about like realty and like what kind of content's out there, but
Hmm.
I feel like there's not a lot on rural real estate,
Yeah. No, I get it.
and
Yeah,
and
yeah. It's all in, like, the hills
it's
and.
kind of a different ball game.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like, 90% of the cost of stuff out here is the trees. So, like, so it's fun. It's fun. But yeah, we'll probably dive into that at some point. But yeah, basically, I love the principle. It helps me tackle every challenge is brick by brick, because every time you look at each challenge that you have in your life, it is terrifying to look at the big wall of the issue that you have in front of you. And that is a terrifying thing to stop and to take in. But what's easy to take in is each brick at a time. And I think if you
Hmm.
start focusing on your challenges like that, and focus on your issues that you have in your life, and see which part you can kind of just nitpick at until that part's gone and this part's gone. And then you've built up this part and this other piece until you have a full wall. I think you're unstoppable at that point. And shout out to Will Smith, because that was his, that's kind of his theory there. So.
And I think another really important part is making sure that you kind of do things like, and when you kind of screw them up, make sure you forgive yourself. I think
Hmm.
this is something that I've needed to kind of confront recently. It was just from, you know, when you fly, you like I'm in a Part 141, which means it's like a really structured program,
Hmm.
and there's like a certain amount of hours you need, but also you have to pass lesson by lesson. And so it gets really frustrating if you get up in the air and you have to repeat a lesson. That's more money you have to spend, and you just have to make sure that when you kind of screw something up, first of all, it's natural. If especially if you're doing something new that you've
Hmm.
never done before, but just making sure that you're not too hard on yourself when you're going after a goal like crazy, when you're
Yeah.
obsessed with something and you kind of slip. You just have to realize that it's part of the process, and it's just going to make you better at whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah. You gotta treat yourself like you would treat somebody you love, right? Shout out Brandon
Hmm.
Granger. Yeah, no, it's say your brother was going through the same program you are, and he messed up like you did. Are you gonna react the same way to him as you would to yourself? You're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm calling him dumb. Oh,
yeah, you're gonna be like, hey man, listen, it happens. Nobody's perfect. Get out there, just try it again, So that's how you should talk inwardly to yourself, right? And I think that's something we can all work on. Even though I preach that,
Absolutely.
I'm awful at it. Every time I mess up, I'm like, stupid, stupid, stupid. Like, what are you doing? So it's something you need to take that step back and say, like, well, what if my brother messed up, or what if my sister messed up like this? What would I tell them? And then it kind of allows you to get that third party perspective and not be so cluttered up here.
Exactly. And it's important to know that, you're gonna not be perfect in any of that, whether it's talking to yourself or
Hmm.
whatever it is, it's always a process. I'm sure as most of our avid listeners know, it's never like an overnight thing. But on top of that, like for life, you always need to be working at it. You should
Hmm.
never stop working at it, or, we like to say it's going to go backwards. You're going to regress.
Yeah.
So,
And I think like we always say, the only true failure is when you don't learn from your mistakes. So you go through the situation, and really what clouds the ability to learn is the inability to understand. And so what that means is, when you're in these situations and you don't understand that it's okay to mess up, you don't understand that you weren't expected to really pass this time, and that clouds your judgment and clouds your ability to understand that, oh, well, here's what I learned from the situation, here's what I can apply to win next time, because I'm a winner, right?
mhm,
I'm going to get back up there and I'm going to win. But if I continue to cloud my judgment and not be able to understand what's going on, I won't come back as a winner. And that's not what we want. We want to come back as a winner every time. So make sure you learn from what you did and come back as a winner.
absolutely. And so I think it's just really important to, take not the middle ground, but just take both of the philosophies of tackling any challenge is always possible, organize it into smaller, more achievable things and not these giant, massive like
Hmm.
dreams, make them those calculatable goals, but then also do it with a little bit of grace for yourself.
Yeah.
And you have those two, that combination right there, and you're gonna go a long ways. It's gonna
Yeah.
be hard to stop you.
Yeah. So I just thought of something fun that I want to challenge the viewers. I want to challenge us to do. And I want to somehow get some interaction involved. Maybe we upload a TikTok with everybody who submits these, or post it on Instagram or Instagram story or something. But everybody who is listening right now, I want you to take. It doesn't have to be the biggest issue in your life, but if you want assistance on the biggest issue in your life, then use that one, or just any issue that you have in your life. And I want you to break it down. I want you to see the big wall that is the issue, and I want you to then divide it into the bricks that are parts of the issue. So, for example, right, I want to lose weight. What do I do? Okay, well that's the wall, is lose weight. Now, how do I do it? Fix my diet, work out, get proper sleep, drink more water. You know what I mean? So you break it down into all these different bricks, and then you tackle them one by one until you realize that that's all a problem is. That's all solutions are, is finding the little pieces, summing them up, and getting the final answer. So I want to see. I'm gonna do one tonight because I'm motivated now. I'm gonna do one tonight. See, this is why we need the podcast. You can either DM us on Instagram. You can take a picture. So I'm gonna maybe write it on a notepad. Do it in your notes. Are you gonna do one? I want you to write it down,
Yeah,
and I want you guys. I really want you guys to draw out a wall, and in each brick put what you want. Or you could draw a wall, make a diagram, like point out, here's one brick, here's another brick, and there's no minimum number of bricks it has to be. You could have 2 or 3 bricks. There's no maximum number of bricks you could have. You could have 1,000. And then submit them. And then just let us know if that's all you want to do. If you just want us to see them, if you guys want feedback on it, if you guys want any advice, let us know. We're gonna be creating our own tonight. And you guys won't see this by tonight, but by tomorrow night, we'll see what's going on, and then we'll do a TikTok post, we'll do an Instagram, something like that, to kind of get them all involved. Maybe our whole next episode will be about it, but I think it'll be a ton of fun.
yeah, definitely. And worst case scenario, if we don't end up generating enough content to do a whole episode on it, either I say we show ours next episode, or
Yeah.
we just throw ours up on the Instagram story.
Yeah.
So that way you guys can just go follow us, check out our story, and you'll be able to see what our walls look like.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be awesome. So, I don't know. Takeaway from today's episode: it is good to be back. I don't know what else to say, right? So
Absolutely. And if you guys think that, maybe you got a delay on the new year, this is it. This is your little reset button, guys. Let's go after these goals. Let's create some great content, Gabe, and let's
mhm.
just let's keep the ball going.
Yeah. Yeah, it's never a bad time to start again, right? So we you know what would have been funny, dude? We could have done this as a New Year's resolution, but I think it makes more of an impact that it's not a New Year's resolution, that we just decided
Yeah,
that 15 days after we were supposed to have a New Year's resolution that we did it. So same goes
I'm
for
not a
you guys.
huge fan of New Year's resolutions.
I know.
I like
Yeah.
I like the spirit of them, but I don't like
Yeah.
the how much people like just fall out and stop caring after a
Yeah.
month.
Yeah, you know what, dude? Like come October, November, I'm living my life. Whatever, I'll pick it up again in January. You know what I mean? So that's where we're at. We're here and we're having fun. So, all right, guys. Well, do you have anything else you want to add to today's episode, Caleb?
Thank you, everyone who held on. Absolutely, everyone. I'm gonna go through and make sure that Gabe's read them, and we'll respond to all the DMs.
Mhm.
Can't thank you guys enough for the support. Truly,
Yes.
we appreciate it. Everything's okay. I know some people asked if we were okay. We
Yes.
are amazing. We just needed that little breather, and we're back and ready for some
Yes.
action.
So, yes, once again, guys, thank you so much for everything that you guys have done for us, and we are so happy to be back and provide for you guys. So, thank you so much, and happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Peace.